Good day student, welcome to Kukreja classes. In the previous session of Heredity and Evolution, we learned about the characteristics that could be eyes, nose, that pass from parents to children are called inherited traits or inherited characteristics. The passing of these inherited characteristics from one generation to the next is called heredity. So moving to the next concept, that is evolution. So evolution is defined that it is a gradual change in living organisms, maybe plant, animals or other living things, over many generations. So this is the definition of evolution. So we have a question like related to evolution. If humans came from early forms of life, why are there still monkeys today? So humans and today's monkeys have evolved separately. They have a common ancestors which lived long years back, billion of years back, but different groups separated from that ancestors and evolved separately. One group led to the humans and other group led to the modern monkeys. So actually you can for example, you can consider that you and your cousin have the same grandparents but are different person. So this way the humans and modern monkeys have evolved from different groups and following the different path of evolution. The second question is why do humans have a tailbone but no tail? Actually, the humans have a small bone called tailbone or coccyx, which they have, you can say, the early, millions of years ago, the ancient ancestor had tails. So that with the passage of time, that tails did not require for you can say balance and movement and disappeared. So that's why, but the remnants of that skeletal remained in the present living beings. This tailbone is a vestigial organ of no use here, but it is still. So you can say that in human beings there is a evidence or clues about past evolution exist. So why are the whole whales, mammals, they live in, even though they live in water, whales are mammals because they breathe via lungs. They reproduce the young ones, they feed their babies with milk, they are warm blooded, but you can say the ancestor mammals lived on the land, but later they adopted to living in the water. That's why this change this evolution came. Why do antibiotics? The next question is, why do antibiotics stop working after some time? In this case, some bacteria, you can say some bacteria naturally survive the antibiotics due to some variation, and they reproduce and pass that resistance trait to their offspring. So that's why the effect of antibiotics comes less in long way. So this is the reason that antibiotics stop functioning or become less effective in future after some time. Why do babies lose their milk teeth? Actually the milk teeth are smaller and suitable for young babies, but after when the jaws become strong, then the permanent teeth replace this milk teeth to enable the adults to chew stronger foods. So this is the reason. And the next question is, why polar bears are white while rest are in brown in color? The reason is that white bears live in the snowy regions, and snowy regions, and the white fur of these the white fur helps them to blend into snow and help them in hunting. Also, you can say prevent them from prey to see them, harder for prey to see them. So this is the reason that polar bears are white. Why do the next question is, why do some people have you can say attached earlobes while others have a free earlobes? So the reason is that the genes for these earlobes are transmitted from parents to the child or offsprings, but with a little variation. So this variation is actually the root raw material for the evolution. So this is the example of variation, you can say, that some people have the attached earlobes and some have the free earlobe. The next question is, why do mosquitoes become difficult to kill with the same insecticide after many years? Actually, the reason is that some mosquitoes you can say survive from the insecticide due to variation. So they pass on, they reproduce and pass on these variation to their offspring. So eventually we get more number of resistant bacteria which are resistant to the insecticide. That's why the mosquitoes become difficult to kill with the same insecticide. The next question, why are there so many birds? Why are there are so many breeds of dogs if they all have descent from the wolves? This is the case of the you can say artificial or selection, artificial selection in this, because the humans have selected the dogs for those dogs related to, you can say, the preference color or preference traits, like you can say color, strength, and other things. So they selectively bred those breeds of bred those dogs, and so we get number of breeds of dogs. So this is case of selective as you can say artificial selection. So thanks. If you have any question, please let me know. Thank you.